I think it's actually quite fair to say, guys, that Chelsea are probably the best club in football history. And now it can officially be backed up by the fact that this season we have secured the full set. We have just won the Club World Cup. You know what that means, guys? It means we are World Cup winners. We are world champions. All that talk before about, oh my God, the Abramovich era is over. Whilst that's true, the return of the empire has come back in the form of Clear Lake. Chelsea are the best team in the land. And I know I'm joined with this Arsenal clown. He's going to dismiss its importance because his crap team weren't in it. Right? But let it be known, only Arsenal supporters and only other teams that are not in it are clear haters because Chelsea are winners. Winners. How does it make you feel, Neely?
I think you summed it all up there, to be honest. Shall we talk about the tennis?
No. Although we can talk about that. I am over the moon. Geezer.
I bet you are.
I am over the moon. I am. You know what? I want the right thing to do would be to pass it on to you, right, and let you have your spiel, right? But I'm buzzing, Geezer. I've got so much to say. What's your thoughts first on the game and the performance? And truly, are you really going to dismiss its importance? Let me hear your thoughts. Bring it to me. I know you're going to talk some smack.
Well, look, we can talk about the game. We'll definitely get onto it, I'm sure, and rightly so. But I'm not the one dismissing it. Chelsea fans are. I'll tell you why, yeah? Hear me out.
No Chelsea fan is. I don't need to hear you out. No Chelsea fan is dismissing it, bro. No one. Give me their name.
Hear me out. You know him. Right. Here's my point. We're on group chats together, yeah? I've got Chelsea fans on our side. I've got Chelsea fans in my partner's family. I'm surrounded by Chelsea fans. So I live in Chelsea, so I see a fair few. Now, here's my gripe, yeah? Here's my gripe. And then you can have your say. I'll kick it back to you. But this whole tournament, I have not heard a peep out of guys. This is what I was like, Anoop, please, bro. I ain't heard you say squat. Now, Mark, I'm going to take you out of this because I think you, out of all the Chelsea fans I know, in general football fans, like I do think you're the most reasonable and I think you're quite fair and quite objective, yeah? So I do rate you as a fan. There are certain people I don't rate as fans, yeah? Ones that we know in our circle. And I know, like I said, a lot of Chelsea fans. Now, Anoop didn't mention a single thing this whole tournament whilst it's going on. We're all in a group chat, yeah? We've got the football chat. We've also got Chelsea fans on chat. And I didn't hear a peep from Chelsea fans throughout this tournament. On the group, you can scroll up, have a look. I didn't see Anoop mention anything. Now, yesterday, you're in the final. The final versus PSG, the best team in the world who have won everything, champions of Europe, versus Chelsea who have just beaten Flamingo. Now, Anoop doesn't say anything in the build-up, and then yet the only time he pipes up is once you go 1-0 up, deservedly so, by the way. You guys were excellent. I got to say that. Go 1-0 up, and suddenly there's a sniff of Chelsea winning the Club World Cup, because let's face it, he wasn't thinking he was going into, otherwise I've heard about it. Now suddenly he's making out like it's the biggest tournament ever built, ever made. That is my gripe, and that is why Anoop didn't care about the Club World Cup until you were 2-0 up in the final against PSG. Right or wrong?
It was a Liverpool fan supporter type of moment for him, Geezer. You don't just pipe up when you start winning and when you're in the final and then you're about to cross the line. I don't like that. I really don't like that. It was, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Like you back your team all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end. But like him and like every fan out there, like every club out there, like every Chelsea fan, realistically, no one thought that we were going to win, let alone win 3-0. You're playing the best team in the world, Champions League winner. They won the treble last season. They played their strongest 11. They swatted aside some of the biggest teams, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man City. They all knocked each other out and they come out on top. They were supposed to come to the final and roll us over. But what happened was, long story short, Geezer, they underestimated Chelsea. That's what it was. Because PSG overall should be able to smash us 9 out of 10 times. They came into that final unprepared. They came into that final underestimating Chelsea. Chelsea, that game was the best game I've seen Chelsea play, no joke, in years. They came out flying for the first 10 minutes, bro. PSG did not know what was happening. Chelsea choked them, suffocated them, strangled them. They did not know what hit them. 10 minutes. Yeah, go on.
I got to disagree. Here's what I disagree with, yeah? We've said already before, Luis Enrique, best manager in the world. We've said it currently, right now. We're going to say...
He got turned over yesterday, yeah. He got turned over yesterday on that one game, if anything.
The best manager in the world does not show up for any game, let alone a final. No matter how big or small the tournament is, how important it is in the grand scheme of things or not, the best manager in the world doesn't turn up underestimating the opposition. They come prepared. I will tell. This is the way I saw it.
Let me hear this then.
Did a number on PSG and Luis Enrique, and I can't believe I'm saying this. PSG couldn't handle the Chelsea press. They couldn't handle Chelsea, bro. It wasn't a case of PSG rocked up for, yeah, we're going to win. No, look, they might have thought we're going to win, but they're professionals, Mark. They're the best team on the planet. They would have done their homework and made sure, hey, we're going to show up. It's a final. I think we've got to give more, as you're giving credit to Chelsea anyway, you've got to give even more credit to Chelsea and, dare I say it, Maresca. Got to give them more credit, because the best manager in the world, Mark, doesn't show up underestimating anyone. I'm sorry. Enrique doesn't. He doesn't. And he's the best manager in the world. So what happened?
So explain. So, okay. Hold the thought. Explain to me then, yeah. If he's come in there, it's the final, the best manager in the world has fully prepped his team. How comes from the first whistle, they literally got dominated? I haven't seen Chelsea dominate, and I haven't seen. Yeah, go on.
Which team this season? And bearing in mind, listen, I don't really watch Ligue 1. PSG, they're the only team. I know there's Lille and Marseille, but whatever. I'm not really interested in those guys. I want to judge them against the best teams in the world. And so that would be on the Champions League European stage, correct?
Yeah.
Team, they played all the big boys in the Champions League. They played the Inter Milan in the final, flattered them. They played Arsenal. They played a good Arsenal side. They played coming off a win against Madrid. They played everyone, right, in the round robin. What team, they played Liverpool and knocked them out. What team did they come up against that did to them what Chelsea put on them yesterday? Give me a name of the team that actually performed on the level Chelsea performed on. It's a one-off game, fine, whatever. But give me a team that performed and put it on PSG and bro, they got put under pressure yesterday, and that pressure made them crack. That was Chelsea pressure. Liverpool did not do to PSG what Chelsea did to PSG yesterday. Arsenal did not do to PSG what Chelsea did to PSG yesterday. Inter Milan did not do. You get the picture. That is my answer to you, bro. They beat everyone this season, last season, great. But they couldn't handle Chelsea. They were prepared, but they were prepped for what they thought they were going to get. They were prepped for what they thought they were going to get. And Chelsea just rocked up, put it on them like no other team has this season. Disagree with that?
Yeah, fair. For me, it still comes under unprepared or shocked or whatever. It comes, for me,
Caught them cold. You know, like boxers go into a ring and you could be prepped, you're ready for the fight, and then bang, you get caught by a punch you don't see coming. You are caught cold right at the start. Your body hasn't warmed up, and PSG were caught cold, and Chelsea then capitalised with the goal. You scored in the 10th minute?
No, I think it's the 20th minute. I think it's in the 20th minute.
Check that, bro. But yeah, okay. Yeah. But I just think you caught them cold and then you capitalise, because you can catch a team cold, but you got to capitalise with a goal. And you got an early goal and you set the tone, and they were prepared, but they just didn't. You caught them cold, man. I got to say, fair play to Chelsea, bro. I'll give you guys credit.
That's all you can say.
Yeah. Look, that is all I can say. You're in a tournament which I don't agree with, and I don't think it's a big deal, right? I asked the noob, yeah, what would you rather?
It is a big deal.
Win this tournament? Okay, I'll ask you. You win this tournament and finish 6th next season, or you lose that final but finish 4th next season? What would you rather?
But why are you even like coming up with those scenarios? What has that
Because
got
I'm
to do with
trying to
it?
highlight the lack of importance really on the grand stage for this tournament. I'm going to caveat that, Mark, by saying if we're in the tournament and you're in the tournament, you go out and win it. And that's exactly what Chelsea did. So I'm actually giving you credit. You go out and win it, because it doesn't matter. If you're in a tournament, go and win it. If you're in a final, make sure you win it. Chelsea been in 2 European Cup finals last season and this, last season and this.
It's
World
still
Cup.
last season. It's still.
And they won both, bro. They won both. So you still got to do it. You still got to win it. Now, if that's Arsenal and that, I'll be like, yeah, look, I want a title challenge next season. I don't want to finish 6th next season and win this tournament, because I don't rate the tournament, right? I'm saying it's not that important a tournament, because at the end of it, if you finish in 6th next season, you ain't in the Champions League. You need to be in the Champions League. But you win this tournament, you got your 100 mil now. Great, but like I say, you got to win the tournament by all means, and that's exactly what Chelsea can only do what they did. Is it the biggest tournament ever? Not really. Like, Chelsea would rather win the Premier League next season than not win it and win this, right?
Yeah, of course.
But
yeah, of course. You're talking.
Look.
I think, bro, there are multiple reasons why this win was absolutely massive. Right? You're getting 100 million plus. You're getting 100 million plus. If Chelsea are not already on the worldwide map, now they are, right? Because it's the Club World Cup. Donald Trump, bro, was there when Chelsea lifted the cup. Bro, when Chelsea lifted the cup, he was jumping around, bro, and clapping. I've never seen Donald Trump jump, right? Let me know when you've seen Donald Trump jump like that.
I have, but he loves his sports. He gets well animated, but yeah, I love
He's standing next to Chelsea doing that. That alone is going to put Chelsea in a different stratosphere. And if anyone thinks different, you're wrong. Okay, I get it. Do you want to win this right now and finish 6th, or do you not want to do this? Have a bit of a rest and, challenge properly and get and secure Champions League at the very least next season. But the other way of thinking it is now, is that Chelsea have now got this confidence. Chelsea are still going to have a rest. Bro, it's the 13th. Yesterday was the 13th of July, the last game of Chelsea's season. Because I class that CWC as still within last season's tournament, right? When's the first game of the season? It's in the middle after the 15th of August. So they've got a month now, right, to rest, to recuperate. But it's given them the confidence that they now know they can take out the biggest teams. This is a fact. And that confidence is going to go so far and can make the biggest difference. The biggest difference. And that's the way that I'm looking at it. It's going to set them, okay, on their journey. And that's what I truly believe. Now, not to discard what you just said, because that's actually a little bit true. They could be knackered. They may not have the rest. But I don't see things that way. I have to see things that are a little more positive light. That Club World Cup has put Chelsea back on the map. And it shows that we are now ready for the Champions League. And no one can take that away from us.
Bro, I agree. And look, my hypothetical is just a hypothetical. It's not based on the fact that you're not going to have enough rest to finish. For what it's worth, I think you do both. I think you've obviously won last night, and I think you finished top 4. I do believe that even with the Champions League that you've got coming up, you're going to be in the CL. I do believe that you'll finish top 4. I think Chelsea are a good side. But I want to talk to you before we go into the game, Mark, because this is your club, right? This is your club, and it's a big moment. And listen, Chelsea have conquered before. They've conquered Europe before. They've been the best team in the world before, to be fair, or one of. And you've had a dynasty under the Robin era where you literally were the most successful British club in history, right? Over that 20-year period, probably. But here's the thing to you now, yeah? Roman's gone. We've got the Todd Bowley era. We've got a new structure. When you talk about biggest difference, fine, 100 mil. That's what that game was worth last night. You won it. All the other clubs that are not winning it, of course, we're all low-key jealous. We'll make out like we're not, Mark, but we're all low-key jealous because who the hell doesn't want to win it? And the caveats and the bonuses that come with it. Now, Let's talk about the difference that you said. This will make the biggest difference. With your structure in place, though, bro, does this mean, what does this actually mean in terms of difference? Yes, of course, you're still Chelsea. Everyone knows Chelsea, mate. Everyone knows Chelsea. You know, whatever I say about Chelsea, everyone knows Chelsea worldwide. You've got fans all over the world. You've got a European pedigree. Everyone knows Chelsea. That doesn't mean that your current structure allows you now to go out and add the depth needed or get the big signings. What real difference actually are you going to see on the pitch from you winning that Club World Cup last night? What is going to be the biggest difference that you're now going to see on the pitch? Apart from, okay, the mentality that they feel like they're winners. What else? Are you going to see in signings as well, do you think? Or is it just going to be a case of, we got 100 million to spend on unproven talent again, who have resale value, which is the Chelsea structure?
Well, there's a couple of things that you've said there, right? Let's not completely dismiss like Chelsea. Chelsea are spending money. They've spent 115 million on Caicedo. They've spent 105 million,
yes,
right, on Enzo Fernandez. So no one can ever say, okay, Chelsea are not going to make any massive signings anymore. Because you know what? When they signed Caicedo, they broke the record. That's not to say that next season that they're not going to do that again, and that they make exceptions. Chelsea are so unpredictable in what they're doing. You can't go out and dismiss them and say, "Oh, how's that going to affect the structure and things like that?" There's lots of ways to pay a player. Mbappe goes to Real Madrid. Real Madrid don't want to break the pay structure. So to fit him in that bracket, they give him the basic salary, but they give him a massive part of the shirt sales. Why can't Chelsea do something like that?
But will you,
to bring in a Rodrigo?
That's what I'm saying.
But
will
you
do that, bro? Because
yeah, we will.
Caicedo,
I do believe it.
But signing
Caicedo
is okay. You signed them from Brighton. I'm talking about you spend money, but Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo aren't that marquee name signing like an Mbappe or a Rodrigo. That's what I'm saying. There's no doubt
it's not
you spend
over.
Money, my man.
We've just started. Clearly, they've only just taken over the club.
Dude, no. You're 3 years into a project, my man.
Yeah,
my man.
3 years ain't that, bro.
No, but you're still into it. You're 3
look
years
how much
in. I'm not
money
saying
we've
you should be
spent,
finished.
bro. We've improved every single year. You can't say that.
Yeah, but it's
we've
not
improved
hard to
every single
from
year.
12, bro.
Bro. Yeah, okay, but 6. But hold on, you can't say nothing to me. Your embed period was like 8 years and still running, and you're still going on like Mikel Arteta's the damn Arteta, bro. No,
we don't spend like you, bro.
About me.
We don't spend like you, man.
That's right.
Now we spend. Now we do, but we weren't spending like you, bro. Arsenal didn't spend like Chelsea. Chelsea spend, and you're still spending. What I'm saying is, are you going to be spending money now on proven talent? Like you said, I actually like that idea. That's what you should do, bro. Give them part of shirts, bro. Make a marquee signing, just make a Chelsea type marquee signing. And I don't know what's the biggest name that you've signed. I know you have signed Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, but I'm talking about name, proven name.
Yeah, but that is it. Those are the biggest names. Okay,
but that's
names. Not. Okay, but I'm trying to tell you, they're the biggest names. You're asking me who have I signed? Who's your biggest names? Those are the biggest names. But that's not to go out and say, bro. You can't go around saying, yeah, look, I understand Chelsea have a structure and they have this wage and the biggest clubs are not, the biggest players in the world are not going to be able to want to go in there. But Chelsea still have such a massive, and I believe there are ways that you can get high level world class players into the club. You just have to be strategic about it. And that is what Bowling Clinic are about. They're all about strategy. Sometimes I don't agree with it. Purchasing players, being cheap on certain players. But the main thing that you're asking is are Chelsea able to sign world-class players? And I think that we are. And you know what? This Club World Cup win helps massively. Because you said initially, you know what, yeah, everyone knows who Chelsea are. Chelsea are a massive club. I said initially, yeah, that this takes them to a new stratosphere. And here's what I mean by that. Having someone like Donald Trump, yeah, standing next to them, jumping and cheering, yeah, and all these Americans, yeah, that don't even watch football, but are watching it because even Donald Trump is there, jumping around with Chelsea. Do you know how much doors that could potentially open? The branding, the exposure, right? That is serious. And I don't think you can dismiss something like that. And I do think that comes into play when you're bringing in the future, world-class players. Because now, you can't say we've never been on the map, because even we was, but now we are firmly on the map. And I don't think people should underestimate that win of CWC. I definitely don't. And I definitely wouldn't rule out that Chelsea won't have the capabilities yet to sign world-class players. You just have to watch this space. But to dismiss it right now immediately is ludicrous. Yeah, because of how Chelsea have been moving in the market. It's too unpredictable to dismiss that. You never know. Bro, we may get Rodrigo still this season. I'm not saying we will, but how are you going to feel after just chatting your spiel? We get Rodrigo.
Yeah. Listen, good for you if you do. No, I'm not saying I'm right here. What I am saying, though, is that so far in the 3 years of Clear Lake, you've had money to spend and you've not spent it on proven world-class talent. And to win the Premier League next season or the season after, at some point, you're going to have to change the model of the type of signings you make. That's my point. Now, you are absolutely right. This does open doors. This is huge. It's big, bro. And you've got the most famous man on the planet next to you and the most powerful man on the planet next to you celebrating the Donald Trump, the man. The absolute legend. He is a hero, bro. I love Donald Trump, as you know. But what I am saying is that, are you going to use this? You said the word potentially. It's going to potentially open how many doors? Bro, all the doors, if you want them open, will open. They're open. Chelsea have just won this. Donald Trump, best marketer in the world, in history ever, in my opinion. What a great salesman in terms of sales and marketing. So what I would say is the opportunities there, bro, is Bowley and Clear Lake going to take it? Time will tell. Guys, let us know in the comments as well, because I do actually want to know. Because in 3 years, I ain't seen a signing. Now you've won the Club World Cup, you could get Rodrigo. And that would be like, right, this is intent, statement of intent. But you're going to have to make... There's only so far buying unproven talent and young talent with resale value is going to get you. At some point, and we know all about that, being Arsenal, we ain't won squat. So at some point, you're gonna have to make a marquee signing. That's just my point. Anyway, look, let's move on. I know we kind of digressed. Do you want to kick it off? We're going to talk about the game a bit, how you guys got on yesterday.
Yeah.
We mentioned it
touched on it.
bro. Touched on it. I'll kick it over to you, my guy. Take this wherever you want to take it.
As I said, it was the best performance that I've seen Chelsea do in years. I don't understand how in this one game they've come out flying out of the block, because I haven't seen that at all during the Clear Lake era, or especially during the Maresca era. I'll rephrase that, during the Maresca era, because it's so very, sideways and not much movement going on around the pitch, not much running going on around the pitch. But in the final, it was a shock. It was shock to see. I had mans ripping Chelsea from different groups here, coming onto the chat, bro, and going, bro, are you watching Chelsea? Of course I'm watching Chelsea. They're like, they look solid for next year. And that is the first time I hear some sort of positivity from rival fans, in other groups. And they're like, bro, João Pedro, Cole Palmer, they were jizzing over our team. It was unexpected. Chelsea completely, as I said before, suffocated the hell out of PSG. We're going to move on to Cole Palmer, because this guy, is unbelievable. I now put him on the same bracket in terms of importance to a team as Eden Hazard. And that is not an overstatement. It's not an understatement. It's right, because Eden Hazard was one player, we've talked about it before, he's dragged on his own. He's dragged the Chelsea team to the title. And I think that Cole Palmer, he's only, 22, 23? He has the ability and definitely the potential to do that. Yesterday was the first time, that was the best I've ever seen him play. It was a 10 out of 10. The way he blatted up and down, bro, he was defending crazy. The defending yesterday was the biggest part of Chelsea's game. Everyone was just synced together and they worked together as a team and they protected the team. The whole team. João Pedro, Neto running back, which he always does. Cole Palmer running back. I don't really see that geezer. The first 10 minutes, bro, it was an unbelievable move. I haven't seen Chelsea move like that. Neto, straight to João Pedro, into the box. João Pedro just dinks it back for Cole Palmer and he just grazes the bar. But 10 minutes later, my gosh. What's his name? Malo Gusto pings down the right, cuts in, shoots, misses it, cuts it back to Cole Palmer. And bro, he didn't shoot, bro. Right? It was the most precise pass into the bottom left-hand corner. And the way he done it, it was just. And then afterwards, the shaking. Minutes after that, Cole Palmer now zips down the right. Bro, you need to watch that again, bro. Because he feints like 3 times and it was like a monopoly. Feints the first defender, he tops down. Feints the second defender, he tops down. Feints again, bro, and slots it again into the left hand corner. And bro, I was on fire. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then he sets up the assist for João Pedro, who we're going to touch on, bro, because I've got some things I've got to say about this guy. And João Pedro chips it or lobs it over the keeper before the 45th minute. The game is over. The game is over. Cole Palmer, we are extremely lucky to find this diamond in the rough. Because it was lucky. I mean, you hear about Man City fans and, you know, the people that work, the staff that work, Pep Guardiola, Maresca, they're all like, he's going to make it to the top. Getting him for 40 million, of course, is a super bargain. And for me, he has to be the main player in the England squad. There's no one more unpredictable than Cole Palmer. And along goes with it is the skills, the press, the running, the dribbling. You have to build the team around him. Forget about Jude Bellingham because he's going to be in there. Forget about everyone else. You're going to have to build the team around a Cole Palmer. And that's backed by Gary Lineker, by Mayaka, by, you know, your boy Carragher. You're going to have to focus the whole team around him. I mean, what do you think about what I just said before I carry on?
Look, I love Cole Palmer. I'm a big fan. I think obviously he didn't have the greatest second half of last season. He showed up yesterday when it counted and he showed up at a 10 out of 10 performance. Fair play. Just so I'm clear, you're saying this guy is as important to you as like an Eden Hazard was when Hazard was there. You're not saying he's as good as Eden Hazard, correct?
I think he's as good as him.
Oh my God.
But they're different types of players. You see, Eden Hazard was a dribbling magician, whereas Cole Palmer is the unpredictable magician, right? And I both think that they serve the impact. I both think that they serve the same impact. And especially, like, we just signed Cole Palmer, like, last couple of years. He's a kid. Bro, he is going to be, I do think that he's going to have the same importance. He already pretty much in his first season dragged us into 6. Yeah, because the whole team was terrible. Last season, it was more of a collective effort. And yes, he had a poor season, but I do think he has the ability for sure to grab the team just like Eden did and carry it to the title. As long as he stays at Chelsea and as long as Chelsea keep improving, which they are doing, no doubts about it. Yeah, I do think that it may sound ridiculous, but I do truly believe that.
I'll give you a chance to retract the statement.
I'm retracting shit. Sorry. No, maybe I'm not sorry, but no, I'm not retracting that, man, because,
bro,
yeah, I am.
You know, you of all people know how good Eden Hazard was. He's one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League, ever. And that's an Arsenal fan saying it, bro.
Exactly.
And you're saying Cole Palmer's as good as him. This is insanity.
Exactly.
That's insanity.
Exactly.
I want to read the comments on this one because I reckon. I love Cole Palmer. He's a great player. You know I'm a Cole Palmer fan. You can't go around making statements like that, Mark. You just can't do it. That's insane.
Just done it.
Yeah, just absolutely mad. Look, I rate Cole Palmer, but let's talk about João Pedro, bro, because we both rate Cole Palmer. We both rate him.
This is where I'm going to retract my stuff. This is where I retract my stuff. This is where you're going to get it.
Go for it.
I slaughtered the signing. If you remember, guys, watch our previous podcast, our previous transfer news, especially when Chelsea put in their first initial bid for him of like 50 million and it got rejected. We did a podcast. I was disappointed. I was upset. I was like, what are Chelsea doing? Because last season, I didn't see anything special from João Pedro. And the majority of his goals come from penalties. He played in multiple different positions. I didn't think he was as effective. Granted, I didn't watch him in every single game, only the highlights. But so he was linked with Chelsea and I wasn't the happiest. And I was like, we can spend that money, you know, spend another, 10 million or whatever and get Gyökeres. Right. And you know what? I still back that. I still think that I would have Gyökeres over João Pedro because I'm a Gyökeres fan. I'm envy that Arsenal have now signed him. But João Pedro has absolutely shocked me. I actually think, he is the most complete player from the 3 games that I've seen him. He's got 2 goals in 3 games. I think, that's why I've mentioned that term. And I've mentioned that. From what I have seen, I think if he's not already, the most complete player in terms of dribbling, in terms of shooting. Even his first goal for Chelsea, where he acted like Frank Lampard, zooming into the box and heading it in. We haven't had anything like that. The defending, the ability to play in multiple positions, right? I do think he's going to start as a 9, but I take back what I said. And you know what I saw? I saw excitement. And I guess that's what I feel. When I saw him the last few games that he played, I was like, this ain't the same player that was playing for the previous team. And I don't know. I don't be surprised, at the end of the year, I tell you that 60 million is a steal for him, because that could be a possibility. Yes, it's only 3 games. I get it. But I am excited, and I retract that fact that in terms of I didn't want to sign him. I take that back. That's what I will take back. I'm glad I'd rather have him than Hugo Ekitike. I'd rather have him Liam Delap than Nico Jackson. I'm just impressed. As you can say, I don't really know what to say. I'm just majorly impressed. I'm just so excited now to see how he performs over the season, to back up this excitement which I currently have for him, because now I have huge expectations for him.
Correct. And this is the thing, Ro, you said, see what he looks like, what he's going to be like across the course of a season. He's going to be playing the Premier League and Champions League. He's not going to be playing in some Mickey Mouse tournament at a time when no one cares about it and half the teams ain't in it. Let's see what he does against Liverpool at Anfield. Let's see what he does against City. These are the games that are going to decide.
He done it against
Chelsea
PSG.
Finished.
Okay, but he done against PSG.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's in a Mickey Mouse tournament. Let's see him do it in the. I'm not saying he's not going to do it. I'm not going to say he's not going to do it in the Premier League and Champions League. He may well do it. But doing it against PSG in July, as opposed to doing it against Anfield in November, it's just two different things, man. So
it's fair.
Okay, I understand. 2 games, 3 games, he's had a couple of good games, scored a couple of bangers against Flamengo. Well, good on him, well done. I will have to wait to reserve judgment on him, because I can't live in this world where people are like, what? He's terrible, and then they have one good game. It's like, oh my God, he's world class. Oh my God, he's as good as Eden Hazard. You're going to get ripped for that comment. And I love Cole Palmer. That was insane. But fair play. Let's see what Pedro does, isn't it? Like, guys, let us know if you think Pedro's going to be a great signing. I say all that, Mark, and I think he actually is going to be a good signing for you. But is he?
You better say that quickly.
Is he going to be the difference maker if you don't get anyone else up top, which I don't think you will. You may do. But if you don't get anyone else up top, who? Osimhen?
No, he's signing with Galatasaray. He's signing with Galatasaray for 40 million. We're still with the transfer window is not over. I think that we still will sign. I think we're going to sign a goalkeeper, and I think that we're going to look for another attacker who's going to be flexible. I am obviously hoping for Rodrigo. And that is still a possibility. But even if we don't get him, I think that we'll still be looking at someone. And I think that other someone will not be a big name player like Rodrigo. If we're going to get a big name player, I think he's the only one we're in for. But you never know with Chelsea. Chelsea still have bro, Chelsea, even before this season, this Club World Cup, bro, Chelsea still have a massive pull. I'll give you an example. Jamie Gittins come to Chelsea last minute. Bayern Munich come in, offered to pay Borussia Dortmund more money, offered more wages, to Gittins. He said, nah, I'll take less money, and I'm going to go to Chelsea. Liam Delap there was severe interest in Liam Delap going to Manchester United. What did they do? Offer him more money. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to go to Chelsea. Yeah, but I'm giving my point is that Chelsea still have a massive pull. And Chelsea don't need to offer high wages. We still have the ability to get players in without offering that. And what I just said clearly proves it. Granted, it's not a world-class player granted it's not a world-class player like Rodrigo who will demand high wages, but Chelsea can still find a structure to get them. So we'll see. I think Chelsea will still get another attacker and the goalkeeper, and then I think that we're going to be done. We could even get another defender. So look, there's still a long way until the transfer window over our month until it finishes. So
Fine.
We'll see what's going to happen, but I am so happy. I'm so happy with Chelsea's performance. I'm happy with the signings, bro. Some of them, they've proved me wrong, i.e. João Pedro. But going into next season, it gives me a lot of confidence. I doubt we're going to be challenging for the title, but I think that we're going to be around there. I hope we can make third. We'll see what happens, man. But it's exciting times for Chelsea. I know it's exciting times for Arsenal. You guys secure Gyökeres and stuff like that. That's a wicked signing, as I said before. We'll see what happens, man. But yes, anything else you want to add on top of that, Neil?
I'll sit up and take notice once if Chelsea make a big marquee signing like Rodrigo, I'll sit up and take notice. Currently, you've bought talent. I think Pedro could do well. You're in the top 4, in my opinion. I can't see you challenging unless you get a big marquee signing. But look, credit where credit's due. I want to pass on my congrats to you, man, through gritted teeth, because I wanted you to lose. But you are the Club World Cup champions. You have beaten the best team on the planet. Shit, does that mean you are now the best team on the planet? No.
Well, it means, Geezer, I'm going to interrupt you. It means that we have the complete set. And actually, no one can come and step to us now, because we're just going to throw that in your face. We're the friggin' winners, bro. We won 2 European finals. It's clear. No one can deny it. Chelsea are winners. No one can deny that.
Try and win a game against the Big Six next season.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll win it against PSG, the biggest team in the world, the best team in the world, who won the Champions League.
It means nothing, bro.
You take notice of that. But you know what? I'm sure a lot of you are going to disagree with me. And if you are, let me know in the comments down below. I'll respond personally. And I know you loved the video, so if you loved it, please like it. It'll help us reach more people. And if you want to see more of our content, click this video right here and boom, we'll see you lot in the next one. Boom.